Then when the time is 0, tip is in vertically upwards. The time is 30 seconds. The tip is in vertical onwards. Right. Right. So then, shall we find the displacement of the tip? Initially, tip is here. Initial point is initial point. IB initial point. Finally, the time is 30 seconds. The tip of the second hand is here. This point going to be the final point. Then tell me, what can you say about the total displacement of the tip within 30-second time period? Raise your hand, someone will say, sir, displacement of the tip is 10 centimeter answer. Sir, displacement of the tip must be 10 centimeter answer. Displacement of the tip must be 10 centimeter answer. 10 centimeter answer. 10 centimeter answer. 10 centimeter. Right, we know that this gap is 5 centimeter. The length of the second hand is 5 centimeter. The length of the second hand is 5 centimeter. Right? The length of the second hand is 5 centimeter. Initially tip is here, final tip is here. The shortest distance between initial point and final point is the displacement. The displacement of the tip within 30 seconds is how much? 5 centimeter plus 5 centimeter. The total length, here to here, total length is 10 centimeter. Then write down the displacement of the tip is how much? 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters. Nice question. 10 centimeters. If you want to convert to meters, I told you how to convert centimeters to meters. Multiply by 10 to the power minus 2. Multiply by 10 to the power minus 2. Then you will get the answer in meters. Then 10 into 10 to the power minus 2 means 0.1 meters. 0.1 meters. 10 centimeters means 0.1 meters. Then since I know the displacement, I can find the average velocity easily. Average velocity is easily I can find it. Average velocity means total displacement over total time. Average velo, total displacement, total time. Displacement is 10 centimeters. That means 0.1 meters. Time taken. The time taken is how much? Time taken is 0 to 30 seconds. Time is 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. So you can simplify this further. So what can I do now here? See, normally what I do I can write this 0.1 as how? 0.1 means I can write down 1 into 10 to the power minus 1. 0.1 means how much? 1 into 10 to the power minus 1. I think some of students may forget science notation and all. I will have a separate session to explain the stories over 30. Then 30 means what? 30 means we know that 3 into 10. 3 into 10. 1 over 3 means how much? 1 over 3 means 0.33 into, when this 10 at the denominator goes to the numerator, it becomes 10 to the power minus 1. Then 10 to the power minus 1 into 10 to the power minus 1 means 10 to the power minus 2. Minus 2. If you can keep the answer like science notation 0.33, we can write down 3.3 into 10 to the power minus 1 into this 10 to the power minus 2. So therefore, when you simplify it, you get that 3.3 into 10 to the power minus 3 something. Okay. So this is the average velocity meters per second. The story is clear. The story is clear. Clear? The story is clear. Right. Okay. Not only finding the displacement and average velocity is sufficient, we should find the distance and average speed. Then within 30 seconds, when you track the path traveled by the tip of the second hand, the tip completes a half of a circle. The tip completes a half of a circle. See the story? The story, tip completes a half of a circle. Nicely listen. When you track the path traveled by the tip of a second hand, this tip completes a Half a circle. Half a circle. Okay. Okay, right? Okay. Then radius is the length of the second hand. Radius. If you want to find the distance traveled with the tip, time is t equals 0, tip is here. The time is 30-second, tip is here. And if you may want to measure the length, distance traveled by the tip, when you measure this arc, when you measure this length of the half of the circle, that's going to be the distance traveled by the tip within 30-second time period. How do you find that? Distance equals what? Distance equals total circle distance how much? The total circumference how much? 2 pi r. 2 pi r. Since it's half a circle, you should divide by 2. You should divide by 2. This story, you know, if you have a doubt, please send some code. Just ask from me. I will help you. Then pi into r. Pi means how much? Pi means 22 over 7. If a 3.14. Right, 3.14. If I'm going with 3.14 pi. R is radius of the circle, means length of the second hand, that is 5 centimeter. Into 5 centimeter. How do I convert meters? If I want to convert centimeters into meters, multiply by 10 to the power minus 2. Minus 2. Right. Then 3.14 into 5 means how much? Simplification. Simplification. 5 into 4 means 20. 0 to 5 into y 5. 7. 15. 15.7 to the power minus 2. So what you can do 15.7 to the power minus 2 means how much? 0.157. If you simplify this, you are getting total distance traveled by the tip as 0.157. Right? The total length of this half circle is 0.157 meters. Right? 0.157. I want to find the average speed. Sir, average speed means we know that. Average speed means we all know that. Total distance over time. Now I think it's enough. So we have done enough number of questions. So average speed means we all know. Average speed means total distance. If you divide by total time, that is going to be average speed, sir. Total time. That's going to be average speed. Right? Total distance is how much? Total distance, that is going to be, just now I found, within the 30-second time period, the length of the when you measure the path traveled by the tip, the length of the path, that's going to be 0.157. 0.157 meters. Time taken is 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Then, right, 30 seconds. Then you are getting the average speed, ms minus 1. I can simplify this. If I simplify this, okay, what I'm doing, see what I'm doing. So what can I do here? 0.157 means you will learn. If you don't know, don't worry. I will teach the story tomorrow. Tomorrow, if we have time, I will teach you. 0.157 means I can write down 15.7 into 10 to the power minus 2. I don't know how many of you know the stories. Over 30. If you forget this, don't hesitate to tell me. Don't feel shy. Oh, I don't know. Some people very shy. Right? 330 means 3 to 10. 15.7 means we can divide by 3. 15.7 over 3 means how much? 5, then 15. Then 7 means there are 2. Then 1, 10. 10 means 3 something. Okay, 15.7 means 15.7 over 3 means 5.233 something. Alright. Then this 10 goes to the numerator. It becomes 10 to the power minus 1. 10 to the power minus 1 into 10 to the power minus 2 means 10 to the power minus 3. Something like this. We are ending with nice story. Nice story. Average speed. Average speed. Simplification. This is the simplification. Simplification stories. Learn. Learn. Practice. Learn, practice. Practice. Okay. Okay. The story is clear. And the last part. Last question also. Last part also I'll do it. Answer proof is last part also. 0 to 60 seconds. How many of you found displacement, average velocity, average speed answer? The last part also found answer. Last part also found. Last part also found. Last part also found. Last part also found. Now, students, don't worry. I will guide you. Don't worry. Sometimes you might feel, what the hell is this? What is this doing? You might think like that. 6 students finished. Okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. You can do. Don't worry. I will teach. I will guide you. Don't worry. Don't worry. Right. The last part. Last story. Last story. Last story. Listen. The last story. Listen. 0 to 60 seconds. 0 to 60 seconds. That's easy. That's really easy. What can you say? When you consider 0 to 60-second time period means, when the time is t equals 0, where's the tip? When the time is t equals 0, tip is pointed to the 0 seconds. Exactly. The second hand is in upwards. The time is 0 seconds. After traveling 60 seconds, just now I told you that if the second hand completes 60 seconds means the second hand reaches the same initial portion again. If the second hand completes one full cycle, if the second hand completes 60 seconds means it completes one full cycle. Finally also, second hand reaches same point again. Right? The initial point also 0 point at 0 second. Final point, that means the finally also tip is at the 0 seconds. What can you say about the total displacement? Initial point and final point are the same. The total displacement must be 0. Must be 0. Then anyone can tell that, sir. In this case, displacement is 0. What can you say about average velocity? Sir, average velocity is, sir, total displacement over time, right? Average velocity means total displacement over time. Since the total displacement is 0, okay? Average velocity means we know total displacement, total time. Sir, now displacement, total displacement within 60-second time period. Total displacement just now we found that's 0. Total displacement 0 means, sir, when you divide 0 by 60, all our maths, if you divide 0 by 60, how much? If 0 by 1000, 0 by 1 lakh, how much? 0. Average velocity also 0. Nice question. Nice question. Right? I will ask you a question. Now, okay, I found the average, I found the displacement and average velocity. Now I want to find the average speed. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Properly reply for my question. Properly reply for my question. Now, when I consider 0 to 60-second time period, I found the average speed. I found when I consider 0 to 60-second time, sorry, my bad. When I consider 0 to 30-second time period, 0 to 30-second time period, I found the average speed is how much? Average speed is how much? 5.233 10 to the power minus 3. When I consider 0 to 30 seconds, average speed I found as something like this. Just think your mind. Now, when you consider the speed of the second hand, speed of the second hand is uniform, right? My question is, raise your hands how many of you say, if I find the average speed 0 to 60-second time period, if I find the average speed 0 to 60-second time period, that is equal to this value answer. So if I find the average speed for 0 to 60-second time period, that is going to equal to this value answer. This value. No, sir. If I find the average speed for 0 to 60-second time period, that average speed going to deviate from this value answer. Going to deviate from this value answer. We'll see. Not deviating, should be same. We'll do that also. Okay. Since you are telling this much, then okay. Since this within 60-second time period, this tip completes one cycle. Look at the story. This tip completes one cycle. This tip is completing one cycle. One full circular motion. This tip is completing one full circular motion. If you want to find the length of the path traveled by the tip, circle circumference, the distance is 2 pi r, right? Within 60-second time period, right? If you want to measure the length of the path traveled by the tip travels in a circumference. one full circle. So therefore, the distance traveled by the tip is how much? In 60 seconds. Total distance is going to be the circumference 2 pi r. 2 pi r. 2 pi r. 2 into, see the story. Pi means 3.14. Radius 5 centimeter. If you want to convert to meters, I told you want to multiply by 10 to the power minus 2. Multiply 10 to the power minus 2. This story. Yeah. This story. Okay. Then simplification. Okay. This is the distance. Total distance traveled by the tip. The time taken is 60 seconds. I want to find the average speed. So we know, sir, average speed means we know that average speed means total time, total distance, total time. Total time is total distance traveled by the tip is how much, sir? That is total distance traveled by the tip. That is equal to the circumference of the circle. That is I found as this much. The 2 into 5 means how much? 10. 2 into 5 means how much? 10. Okay, I write like this. 2 into total distance 3.14 into C. Look here what I'm doing. Look here. 2 into 3.14 into 5, 10 to the power minus 2. That is the total distance traveled by the tip within 60 seconds. Time is 60 seconds. Just compare this and this. Okay, right? Then look here. 2 into 5 means how much? 2 into 5 means 10. 10 over 60. 2 into 5 means 10. 10 over 60 means how much? 10 over 60 means 1 over 6. These 0 cancel out. Then you are getting here somehow 3.14 over 6. Am I correct? 3.14 over 6. 3.14 over 6 into this one is remaining 10 to the power minus 2. Look here very carefully. Now divide by 6. 3, no 6, 0. 31 means 5, 30. Then 14. 14 means 2, 12. 20. 3, 18, 23, 10 to the power minus 2. When you subject like this, if you like this, 5.233, 10 to the power minus 3. If you simplify this, 0.5233 means you can write it as 5.233, 10 to the power minus 1 into minus 2. Finally, you are getting 5.233 minus 3 ms minus 1. Same answer. That's obviously speed, because this clock is rotating in the same speed. You don't see 0 to 30 seconds, it goes like this, and 30 to 60 seconds goes slowly. You don't see the tip is moving in the same speed, same rotating speed. Okay, right, okay, done. Story clear. Now theory part. Put your main topic. Now after class finishes, before I finish the class, I will talk something with you regarding the working and things. Okay, we'll do the linear motion derivation, and at 10:15 we will stop. Before that I will talk something, right? So kind of right. Okay, put your main topic theory story. Main story, linear motion equation derivations. If not derivation of, write down derivations of linear motion equations. Main topic, derivation of linear motion equations. Derivations of linear motion equations. Derivation of linear motion equations. Derivations of linear motion equations. So the story here, this idea. Can you remember last day theory? The last theory discusses linear motion equation. And we have done some questions using linear motion equations. But today I could not continue linear motion equations. Still we are doing some questions. We learned 4 linear motion equations. If you can remember, there are 4 linear motion equations. You must learn by heart, but no need to put a big effort. With the practice, automatically you learn by heart these stories. The first linear motion equation is V equals U plus AT. Second linear motion equation is S equals UT plus half AT squared. Third equation is V squared equals U squared plus 2AS. The last equation is S equals U plus V over 2 into T. Right? Is it Greek? No, right? 4 linear motion equations. Now we are doing the derivation. I told you in physics, A-level physics, remember, most of the equation. Now O-level physics, O-level science subjects, what you do? Then you learn that the force is equal to mass into acceleration. F equals m. Now, when you are learning science also, your science teachers, they teach you how. If there's an object, then when you put a force like this, its mass is 5 kilogram, then it accelerates. The relationship between force, mass, and acceleration is F equals ma. That's how you learn. Sometimes the since the way that you think in all levels limited, sometimes you don't even ask from your teacher, sir, right? Okay, I understand the relationship between force, mass, and acceleration is F equals ma. So how this equation came? Why you are telling suddenly the force equals ma? Why force can't be F equals m squared a squared? Why force can't be F equals m over a? You could have asked these questions from your science teacher, but you didn't ask that. Maybe, maybe. But when it comes to A levels, you can't like that. Remember, you should argue. If you are doing A level science, math subject, especially, remember, you should not believe your teacher, right? You should not believe your teacher. You should not close your eyes and you should not accept whatever I am teaching is correct. Now, for example, now I'm saying that average velocity means total displacement, not all the time. Without arguing, without thinking, you guys believe that average velocity means yeah, total displacement all the time. Don't learn like that. Don't learn like that. Argue, because you know that sometimes I can teach you. I will teach you some wrong stories also. Therefore, argue. Is this correct? Now, sir is telling average velocity is total displacement all the time. Is it correct? Why can't we like this? Why we can't do like this way? Likewise, argue and learn. If not, you will fall in struggle. All levels, when your teacher told that F equals me, F equals me, substitution. Then when you are all teacher tell me that work done means force into distance, F into S, F into S. But in A level math science subject, especially physics subject, don't learn like that. Try to think, try to argue why it can't be like this, why it can't be like that. Try to argue. If not, you will suffer. In A level physics subject, normally most of the equations we don't just write the equation, so we are going behind how this equation came, what is the background, how this equation derived. That story we are teaching in A level physics subject. Some classes they don't derive it, some physics classes they don't derive it directly, they only tell those four equations and they finish story, some classes. But here I am normally deriving, one student who got 3 A's in 24 batch, the last batch, he selected to medicine, but the student is not going for medicine, medical faculty, he selected to medical faculties. IL rank is around 100 and something, 110 something. But he decided not to go to medical faculty. I don't know why. He wanted to do microbiology something, and okay. Then he told that, sir, now I asked, I'm asking me now, what do you noticed? He's a bright student. He's a boy. He's from St. Thomas College in Colombo. He's a bright student. Then normally better to talk, have a conversation with some bright students, because the way students think are different. When I talk with them also, I will get lots of different thoughts. So then I asked very bright. Sometimes, sometimes when I do a small mistake, he don't point out in front of the crowd. Physical classes. Sometimes he come and tells her, "That's a point. You made a small mistake here. It should be like this." That much he is very bright. Really very bright. But he could have scored more. I don't know why his higher rank is 110 something. He could have gone for 100. I think around 20. Island. He has a very talented student. Anyhow, then I asked that. Just asked. Now, what you felt different now? You are going for other classes also. You are going chemistry and you are going biology also. Then what you feel different in my class? Just asking me. Then he told that, sir. So the thing is, first thing is, not. I'm telling the thing that he told. So the first thing is, now. The first thing is, your explanation is okay, nice. The second thing is, normally he has tried some previous classes. Then he said, sir, the derivations, most of the equations you are only teaching properly how these equations come, what is the derivation behind those equations. So that story he pointed. Just telling. Okay, right. Okay, just telling that story. So therefore, learn this derivation everything properly. Right. Okay. Now, now, okay. What shall I do now? We are deriving. Deriving. Right. Write down like this. Write like this. This story. Write down this story. Nice story. Uh, write down. Uh, write down like this. Wait a second. Right. Okay. 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 Right. Okay. Can I remember this story? Okay. Look here. This story. Acceleration definition you can remember, right? I explained acceleration definition. What is acceleration? Rate of change in velocity. That's story explained. Acceleration means change in velocity over change in time. I'm starting from there. We learn 4 linear motion equations. I write here, then you can check me. The first linear motion equation, we all know that V equals U plus AT. V equals U plus AT. The second linear motion equation is very popular equation. SC equals, many equations we apply this equation. UT plus half AT square. We have done some questions last day. Third equation is V squared equals U squared plus 2Vs. And the last linear motion equation that we learned, sir, V squared equals U squared plus 2Vs. 2Vs. In the exam, they don't ask the derivation. They don't ask, don't worry. Equation 1, equation 2, equation 3. Now, maximum, you are going to stay with me for 9:40. Maximum half an hour, around 35 minutes maximum. Last few minutes. Time is flying for me. I feel like time is flying. I don't know how you feel. Now I'm deriving. How this equations came in deriving? Huh? This is important. Then you may be wondering, sir, from this only they have derived this. You think like that? Then acceleration means we all can remember. Acceleration means what? Acceleration means we learned change in velocity over change in time. Right? Acceleration, we all know that. Acceleration, that is equal to change in velocity. Change in velocity over change in time. It's a big derivation. I take time, change in time. Change in time. Better I do the diagram also. The diagram last I do the diagram. Then initial velocity of the object is 0. Sorry, U. That's an object. That object undergoes constant acceleration. That object undergoes constant acceleration. Its initial velocity, it's U. And final velocity, it's going to be capital V. Initial velocity is U. Final velocity is capital U. Sorry, capital V. Listen. This object undergoes acceleration. Acceleration with the right side direction, that is simply acceleration. Displacement done by the object from initial to final point. Initial to final point displacement is, we learned that displacement capital S. To move, the time taken by the object from here to here is simple t. Right? The 4 linear motion equation story. Okay. Acceleration means we know that simply. Look here, simply. Right? Simply. Simply. Simply equals change in velocity. Now remember, change in velocity means, what is change in velocity? Change in velocity means, remember, final velocity minus initial velocity. That's a change, right? Somewhere else write down if you don't know that, but you know the story. Change in velocity means, remember, final velocity minus initial velocity. Final velocity minus initial velocity. Initial velocity, right? Okay, sir. Over change in time. Over change in time. Over a change in time. Change in time, simple T, okay. Ne? Initial velocity is u. You can remember what is u? Initial velocity. What is v? Final velocity. V is final velocity. U is initial velocity. Then I can write down, see. I can write down. Nice story. Change in time. So then acceleration equals, simply equals, final velocity means we defined as capital V, right? That is capital V. Final velocity means capital V minus initial velocity. So initial velocity means u. This is u over the time taken. The change in time is time taken to change the velocity from u to v. The time taken to change the velocity from u to v. The time is simple t, sir. The time is simple t. Right? Okay. I think this is not difficult. Anyone can understand me? This equation is all level you learned the equation. The final velocity minus initial velocity story is okay. The story is clear. And we got something like this. So now here the denominator is 1. So I'm going to cross multiply, sir. Cross multiplication, sir. Acceleration into time must be equal to 1 into this v minus u. V minus u. Sir, I thought of subject v. That means I thought of move this u to that side. Then minus u goes to the next side. It becomes plus u, sir. A into t means at. A into t means at. Plus u must be equal to v. That means v equals u plus at equation. The first linear motion equation. See how it came. This is how it came. So v means from the derivation, see from acceleration definition, I am deriving first linear motion equation. So v equals u plus a into t, at. This story. First equation came. Happy. So you also write down parallelly. But if you want, if you're listening, you can listen and you can ask time, then I give time to write down also. First linear motion equation. Right. Okay. Right. This story anyone can understand. So write down until here, and once you finish writing, hands up. Write down until here, and once you finish writing, hands up. And somewhere else write down if you don't know the story. A change in velocity, if you have no idea, means somewhere else write down. Important write down. Change in velocity means remember. Change in velocity means remember. Final velocity minus initial velocity. If you have no idea, if you never learned this story before, somewhere else write down important. Final velocity minus initial velocity. Final velocity minus initial velocity. Talk with me. Ask your doubts. I will respond. Initial velocity. Once you finish writing, hands up. And highlight the story if you don't know the story before. Nothing to know the story. Anyone can understand. Anyone can understand, not difficult story. If you don't know. Once you finish writing, hands up. So can't I put 0.22 over 420 instead of 5.23310 to the power minus 3? If you can't keep in fraction format, you want to convert to scientific notation. So you have written the same linear motion equation in third and fourth. Oh my God. Tell me. The last one is S equals u plus v over 2 into t. Last one is u plus v over 2 into simple t. Thank you. Finish writing answer. Never asked. Never asked. What's the never asked? Could you please? Okay. So you have written the same equation 2 times. Okay. 0, 0. So you have written the same equation twice. Third, last same equation. Okay. Right. Okay. Finish writing, hands up. Finish writing. Finish writing, hands up. Finish, hands up. Finish me. Done, right? Done. 9:45. Went to sleep. 9:45. So you want to sleep actually. Done. Done. Done, hands up. Quickly. Right. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. First equation, we got to know how it came. Right. Okay. Right. Right. Then next story. Now we know that average velocity. If not, we can call it as mean velocity. What is average velocity? We have done plenty of questions. Average velocity means we know that, sir, if you divide total displacement by total time, that is what we call as average velocity. Okay. The popular equation is average velocity means the number one equation for average velocity is divide total displacement by total time. Look here, this story, look here. Look here. I'm raising this part. Look here. Look here. Nice story. If I have a time, I might keep another extra class also, maybe not sure. If I have a time. Want to finish linear motion, want to start next stories. Okay. Then we know, sir, average speed means, sorry, average velocity means. Average velocity means we all know. Total displacement. Total displacement divide by total time. Total time. So then, for this scenario, if I consider total displacement, initial point is here, final point is here. Total displacement means initial to final total displacement is capital S. Total displacement for this scenario is capital S. Capital S over total time taken is simple t. So this is the average velocity of the scenario. Okay, very careful listen. Very careful listen. Stay focused. You are going to stay with me for a few more minutes. Average velocity. Write this story also. This write down it as simply, equation simply. But remember, mainly there is the main equation for average velocity is total displacement total time. But remember, there is another equation for average velocity, but that equation we can only apply if they mention that object accelerates under constant acceleration. If they mention that object accelerates under constant acceleration, there is another equation to find the average velocity. Red color pen write down. After writing this, write down. After writing up to here, write down. Super red color pen write down. Super red color pen write down. Super red color pen write down. If if an object moves under constant acceleration, comma, if an object moves under constant acceleration, comma, if an object accelerates under constant acceleration, comma, the average velocity of that object, the average velocity of that object, the average velocity of that object the average velocity of that object can be obtained by can be obtained by can be obtained by red color pen can be obtained by average of average of average of initial and final average of initial and final velocities of that object. Average of initial and final velocities of that object. Average of initial and final velocities of that object. Average of initial and final velocities of that object. Right? Now, very clear, this object moves under constant acceleration. Normal equation for average velocity, the most popular equation is total displacement over time. Remember, there is one special equation for average velocity that is only applicable when the object moves under constant acceleration. That equation is, remember, initial. That average velocity equation is, remember, average of initial and final velocities. Science subject marks 60, math subject marks 80. How do you find the average of science and math subjects? 60 plus 80 over 2, 140 over 2 means that is 70 marks. Likewise, the special equation for velocity, average of initial velocity and final velocity. Initial velocity and final velocity average. That means initial velocity plus, this is important, MCQs they can ask, so write down this equation. Initial velocity plus final velocity divide by 2. That's the average. Average of initial and final velocity means add those two velocities, initial and final, divide by 2. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. Right? This nice equation, highlight. Then according to this equation, I can write down average velocity equals to what? Average velocity equals to initial velocity is going to be u, final velocity is going to be v, u plus v over 2. Nice story. Nice story. U plus v over 2. This is equation simple B. Right. See the idea. Highlight this. Then, sir, you have wrote the average velocity in two different ways. Average velocity equals total displacement over total time. If not, if the acceleration is constant, average velocity means u plus v over 2. Now, what can I do? Equation simple A and simple B I can equal. Average velocity something, average velocity something. If you equal simple A and simple B, we can write down simple A equals simple B. Simple A equals simple B. Simple A equals simple B, you can write down. I'm happy these students, they are staying till the last second. I'm happy. Normally people don't stay. I'm wondering why people staying last normally. Okay, good. Right. In the beginning, everyone join, but later on, they can't stay. But it's okay now. Considerable students are staying in the session. Good. Other than equal, S over T. S over T going to be equal to U plus V. Ready for the next big exam too? Right? This time you decide the gift. Don't tell big gift, huh? Okay. Right? Then we can write what? Then I'm going to substitute this. If I move this T to the other side, I can write down a new story. I can write down S equals U plus V over 2 simple T. It's equals U plus V over 2 simple T. I derive fourth linear motion equation also. See? Nice story. Nice, right? Beautiful story. Beautiful. Nice, nice. Understand? Can understand. Right, okay. Finished writing answer. We finished answer. So don't sell so evil eye. Yes, maybe. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Two equations derived. I will derive two more. The time today I will derive it and I will stop the class. Till I derive, I don't stop the class. Okay. Because we want to derive it and we want to complete it. Then theory wise, everything is finished. Linear motion. We want to do questions only. We are doing lots of questions. Right? Okay. Then next story. How do I derive the third equation? Look here. This story. This story. Okay. Uh sir, here S over T means U plus V over 2. I'm taking this as Roman number 1 something. I take this as Roman number 1. Okay, see the idea. And V equals U plus 80 equation. V means U plus 80. Look what I'm going to do. Look what I'm going to do. If I consider equation 1 and Roman number 1. If I consider Roman number 1 and equation 1. See this idea. See this idea. I write here. Roman number 1 and equation 1. Roman number 1 and equation 1. See what I am going to do. S over T must be equal to C U plus, rather than writing V, I'm going to substitute here. V means what? U plus 80. V means what? U plus 80. V means what? It means what? I'm going to substitute U plus 80. U plus 80. Story. Over what? Over 2. Over 2. So S over T. So this is U plus U. 2 simple U, right? 2 U, sir. U plus U. 2 U. It's 2 U. Plus 80. Plus 80. Over 2, sir. Nothing difficult. Everything is understandable. So this 2 is common for this 2U as well as 80. Therefore, I'm separately giving this 2. This common denominator is common for 2U and 80. I'm going to separately give for both of them. S over T means I can write down 2U over 2. 2U over 2. 2U over 2. 2U over 2. S over T means 2U over 2 plus 80 over 2. 80 over 2. 80 over 2. 80 over 2. Right? Any issues, correct issues if you are facing, tell me. So then S over T means 2 to cancel out. U plus 80 over 2. So I thought of subjecting S. Then this T goes this side. T U plus 80 over 2. So then S is what, sir? I'm expanding the brackets. If I expand the brackets, sir, UT plus 80 over 2 T. 80 over 2 into T. Finally, the second linear motion equation is equals UT plus half A half A T into T means T square. Done. Third also done. Last one, then story finished. If you have time, we can do a question. If not, we'll talk a little bit. And please, any doubt, any story, you can chat with me, talk with me. I don't reply for Ace Academy. Don't reply to Suleiman. And ask anything you have. right? Calmly we'll learn. Upcoming day speed of the class will be increased, not like this. The speed will be increased little bit. The last one. Finish writing answer. Finish writing answer. Finished answer. If you finished answer. Last one, then linear motion theory wise finished. Repeat the sentence again. If an object accelerates under constant acceleration, the average velocity of the object can be obtained by average of initial and final velocities of that object. Constant acceleration, right? Constant acceleration. Okay. Right. 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 Okay. 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 Right. The last one. The last one at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, the last one. Last one. Then how do you do the last one? The last one. Last one. Right. The last one. Okay. Look here. The last one is bit complex. Simplification is a bit complex. Last one. Last one is okay. I derived the first one. I derived second one. Fourth one right. Now I want to derive the third one. I want to derive the third one. How can I do this one? How can I derive this third one? That's the problem. Deriving third one. Now third one. How many variables are there? V, U, A is there. V, U, A is there. Look here. In this equation, V, U, S, A is not there. T is here. Look here what I'm going to do. Now I thought of subtract T from this equation 1. Substitute in here. You don't understand. Subject simple T from equation 1. Subject simple T from equation 1. Subject simple T. From equation 1. Subject simple T. Then we all know that. From equation 1. Simple T means what? Look here. Nice story. Simple T means what? From equation 1. If we subject simple T. Not difficult. Bring this u to the left. Then V minus U equals 80. V minus U equals 80. T means what? V minus U over any. T means what? T means we all know that, sir, it's V minus U over simply. And you are going to substitute this simple T here. Simple T means you are going to substitute V minus U over here. Then you are going to substitute in equation 4. Right? From equation 4, what you are going to do is, look here. S equals U plus V over 2. Over 2 simple T. You are going to substitute for simple T. Then you can write down C, the last one. Then finished. Last one. S equals U plus V over 2. Simple T means what? Simple T substitute. Simple T means V minus U over A. Simple T means, so it's V minus U over A. Over A. All level maths you can remember. In all levels you learn that. Always you learn that. X squared, I don't know. The difference of square, I don't know. What we call in all level maths? X squared minus Y squared. You always learn that. That is equal to X minus Y into X plus Y. So here is the same story. U plus V, V plus U. Now U plus V means V plus U, U plus V means, V plus U. Same story. So V plus U, V minus U. Always we know that. X minus Y, X plus Y means X squared minus Y squared. V plus U, V minus U means we know that. That is V squared minus U squared over 2 simply S. Now move this to a cross multiplication. Cross multiplication. 2AS must be equal to V squared minus U squared. Substitute V squared. Substitute V squared. Substitute V squared. Finally, we substitute V squared, sir. Move this U squared that side. I am getting the last story also. Done and dusted. Linear motion theory wise, done and dusted. V squared equals U squared plus 2AS. Nice story. So when I finish this chapter 2, unit 2, I will give a short notebook also. Now only started. Normally I'll give a short notebook. When I finish the unit 2 for you people. Done. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ne? A very beautiful story. This derivation, crystal clear answer. This derivation, crystal clear answer. This derivation, crystal clear answer. This derivation also crystal clear. So the derivation is crystal clear answer. So derivation, crystal clear answer. Derivation, crystal clear answer. Derivation, crystal clear answer. Derivation, crystal clear answer. Crystal clear answer. 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 Right, okay. 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 10-5. Right. Uh, if you multiply u plus at by 2, t shouldn't it be u plus at square? What's that? If you multiply u plus at by 2 by t. Okay, this t is common for these two terms. There are two terms. Then one term, second term. Then u into t, ut. At over 2 into t means a into t squared over 2. Right? Okay. Then you can ask doubts and all. You can ask the last equation derivation. Can you explain it again? The last equation derivation is very simple. Now, what I have done, I took v equals u plus at equation and I took this s equals u plus v over 2 into t equation. I considered equation 1 and equation 4. Then I substituted from equation 1, I substituted simple t. I substituted simple t from equation 1. Then you want to move this u to this side, then v minus u. The subject simple t going to be v minus u over simple is something. You redo again once again, then you understand. Entire derivation, don't try to do now every step. Look at the first step, then try to do the remaining step. When you get stuck, look at the notebook again. When you get stuck, again look at the book again. Likewise, derive it again once again, then you understand. I substituted simple t from equation 1. Then I took equation 2, equation 4. Instead of t, I substituted this one. It's simplified. 2 into v means 2v. V plus u, v minus u means v square minus u square. S means SO1 cross multiplication. 2as v square minus u square. V square equals u square plus 2as. Right, okay. Okay, right. Okay. Now, I think we need another session. Right now, tell me now, just tell me now whether now are we taking time? I don't think that we are taking so much of time because we want to teach for everyone, not for the bright people. Want to teach for everyone. Therefore, everyone should study properly in the beginning, right? So because everyone should we need to give a time for everyone to get ready. That's the important thing. That after everyone get ready, then we can start the race, right? In a race, first of all, we should give some time for the players to get ready, right? So then they can warm up their body and they can do some exercises and they can drink some energy drinks or whatever and they can get ready. Then we have to give some time. After they get ready, then we can start the race continuously. The people who really got ready properly, they will win. That's it. So therefore, initially we are giving some time, right? Want to do more tute questions? I think that we need another day. Next day also we can't start motion graph story. Next day, I think we don't have anything to learn new. Question by doing questions we are learning new stories. Next day also linear motion question. Then I think August first week we can start a new lesson motion graph story. But then August first week, if not August first week you will get that upcoming tute also. Upcoming tutes we are writing on the tute itself rather than writing in separate book. Questions we are writing in the separate book only, but not and everything we are writing in the tute. Then important theories and all you write in the tute, but we can reduce the amount of things that we write in the note. Then we can save some time also there. And for 26 batch we implemented that, and for your batch also next year onwards we are doing that. There are many changes in the class also. Then next day we are doing the same tute again questions. And tomorrow we are doing class. Tomorrow we are doing vectors questions. Vectors still we are going to do some questions. Vector session tomorrow. 6 to 8. But August onwards, there will be a proper paper class starting for 27 batch. Then I will normally, for a paper class, I will post the paper books and all. I will post, right? So then you can get ready for your term test exams also from that. After I discuss now vertical, projectile, and relative motion, we can go for good essay questions also. So then we can get that exposure also. And what I want to say, anything new, then this story is done. New students, what I want to tell is, don't worry. Suddenly, when you look at these questions, it look like very Greek. Now, these students who are with me, they are coming for my classes more than 3 months. Therefore, for them, they also came like you only, but with the practice. You didn't do of any classes, but these people joined for my classes for last 3 months. Last 3 months, we practiced very well. Don't worry, you will also do in that way. Some students are they doing questions very well. Sometimes some students they are getting the answers also. So you also definitely understand every story. What I say is temporarily what you do, watch the linear motion recordings from the beginning. Linear motion recording from the beginning, watch it because upcoming sections are connected with linear motion. Give priority to watch the linear motion recordings. From August onwards, I will arrange some kind of speed cover up sessions. What to be remembered, what is important. I will do some free cover up sessions also, then you can cover it from there also. But not like theory class, I am not doing the questions like this. I so but what is important in that because we can't do a class like this, then I will take another 3 months to complete the sections. Within 1 month, we are covering everything that we have done so far. Quickly revising everything. But don't worry, you will understand. Don't worry, I will guarantee that you will understand. And if you're very familiar of using that website, please talk with me. Put a WhatsApp in. Sir, I don't know how to access Zoom link. Now, when you're joining Zoom, normally we don't provide the link in the group. We don't share the link in the groups because in the website itself there's a link. When you just click that Zoom the blue color button, when you click that, automatically you direct into the online class, and all the recordings will be in that website. And TUT PDF also should be in the website. Sometimes I forget to upload the TUT PDF in the website. Please, someone remind you. When you put one reminder, normally I forget actually. You just don't. For you, it might be one message, but for me, there are many messages coming. Then I just see and I sometimes I don't reply. I forget, and many students are replying me. So therefore, torture me. So you haven't uploaded this PDF in this. Then you started linear motion, but you haven't uploaded linear motion PDF in the website. Then tell me that. Then I will upload that also. Right. So then cover up classes. That story done. If there are any new students they are joining, please tell them to join this month somehow. Tell them to join. Right. If you're having any friends they are planning to join, tell them to join this month. And also it's okay now. Even result also came, and now you are not like a kids, and now time is also 3 months has gone, and 25 batch is going to go for the exam within 3 months. Then your senior batch is 26 people. Then you are also somewhat senior because I heard that I don't know it's right or wrong. I heard that they are going to keep that oral exams in August something. I don't know. In that case, within 2 3 months, we have to start the 28 batch also. I don't know. I'm not sure. I heard like that. In that case, 28 batch students also coming, right? So therefore, then you are not fresh anymore for the A levels. Now we are going to keep an exam. First exam we kept and I have given marks and post gifts are posted. Posted. Gifts are posted. You will get them definitely this next week. Definitely posted. Yeah. Bit I didn't post. Bit I took some time to post it. I posted, and you'll get the gifts. Okay. Then the next big exam will be planned to keep in August. I will tell you the date exactly. Normally, I plan to keep in first week of August, but I will tell you the date exactly. I'll put. Please join in the. Please stay in the WhatsApp group. I will update all the class details and all in the WhatsApp group only. Share your friends and the exam story also. Okay. Then what else I want to tell? I want to tell something. Ready to work with me. If you are joining for my class, ready to work with me. Right? Work with me. Ready. That's it. Now here we are not doing 1 2 basic questions. Then we are not finishing and we are not just telling that v equals u plus a t s equals u t plus half a t squared. No, not like that. I am teaching everything a to z properly, right? Because I have learned this properly. I'm an engineer. You all know me. I told many times I'm an engineer. I got 3 years in math science streams. I went to the best engineering faculty in the Sri Lanka. Right. I know how these things are working. I can teach you properly. Not only unit 2 until unit 11, right? I can teach you properly. Work with me. If you are joining for my class means you should have a kind of capacity to work with me. If you are feeling very tired, so can't focus, so can't do this. If you are just going to just, you can talk, you can in the session itself, you can ask many stories, you can put a joke, and you can tell some stories. I will reply. Even though I don't know how to joke, also I just reply. You can have a nice conversation with me, no issue at all. But when you come for my class, you should get ready to work with me, because here our ultimate goal is not to entertain you, but to somehow train you and train your brain and somehow bring some results, because your parents and all want that only. So that's my target, right? Somehow I can't see, if you come for my physical class, I sometimes I hit you when I train you, right? But since you are not in my physical classes, you are lucky, and I can't train you like that. But still, if you're interested, committed, I can train you. I can train your brain, and we can go for nice result. If your brain is improving in physics, means automatically chemistry going to be very easy. Biology and combined maths, nothing. Okay, chemistry is nothing. Huh? I don't know biology. Chemistry is nothing. If you know physics, means chemistry nothing to think actually, right? So that is the important story. Okay, then what else I want to tell now? Time is almost 10, 15, 16, start at 7 o'clock. I didn't miss anything. Ni. I think I explained everything. Study. I will support you. Anytime put a message. Any times you put message. Sometimes I see and I don't reply. Again you put a message. So why don't you reply? Put a message. Are you overheaded or something? Don't put like that. Then I will respond anyway. And I will respond. Okay. Any doubt you ask. If I have time, definitely I tell. Some students they are asking doubts. I tell. If in case I forgot to tell, then again and again compel me. Okay, then will work. This is, don't you think this is an online class? I want to interact the class as much as possible, and every point I am properly explaining. Even you learn through online, I don't think that you don't understand any point. Right? Other than if you miss the basic maths, the problem. Tomorrow we'll try to keep a small session and we'll try to learn that log stories and all. Otherwise, everything is okay. Okay, right? Anything you want to ask from me? Okay, we'll go to the chat and let's see what they are asking. The students' time is almost 10:17. So please tell from where does the fourth equation derived situation started? Please move. I can't see the board. Okay, okay, right. Okay, started from these two equations, equation 1 and equation 4, right? Equation 1 and equation 4. Start from equation 1. Equation 1, subject t. Substitute in equation 4, simple t. Then next student asks, no sir, everything is perfect. Okay, thank you. Thank you. And so for the exam, will you ask from this unit? Yeah, yeah. Up to now, everything. Because otherwise, I can't ask good questions. Like unit one exam, I can ask very silly questions. Will you ask questions from dimensions as well? Everything? Did you teach the measurements already? No, no, no. I didn't teach you measurements. Measuring instruments, I didn't teach you. Measurements, I told you. Measuring instruments, I didn't teach you. I told you it's a practical part. Now that tute you will get in I told you you will get the measuring instrument tute in the end of August, right? End or mid of August. Okay, then we are doing that measuring instrument practical part also. Okay, don't worry. Did you teach the measuring? Okay, they are keeping O level exams. February. In February means March they are joining. March. Now it's August. Okay, right. Then thank you. All perfect. Next one. I couldn't yet compete with vector theory. So please keep it in last week of August. And also remember this recording story. Yeah? Don't you now, unless if you join new, you have to watch the recordings. If you are joining from, now even you are a new student also, in order to watch the previous recordings, don't skip current classes. Come to the current classes and parallelly watch the previous recordings. If you are watching previous recordings and if you are not joining current classes means till you are A-levels, you have to keep on watching the recordings. Don't do that. Join for the live classes. I have doubt regarding constants. Right, okay. I will tell you now. And okay. Now then, sir, when will be big exam 2? Until which lesson come first term? Up to now. Date I will tell you. Until which lesson come? Until same message is how many times putting? Oh, right. Okay. Now look at this dimension story also. Now this class is finished. If you want to leave, you can leave it. Class is finished. Can leave it. Now the dimensions. Okay, better you can stay and listen the story also. Then these dimensions. I told you in dimensions constants. Now sometimes when you are doing okay. Now sometimes let's say now equation. Let's say force, velocity, mass, time equals a constant k. Sometimes I say that k is a constant. K is a constant. But some students think that k is a constant means k is a value. K is a value 2 or 3.33 or 100 or 200. K is a value. But remember that value can have a unit, because in your syllabus you will learn that you will learn in your syllabus force constant. Force constant that is equal to 200 Newton per meter. Remember, there are constants. If they mention k is a constant, most of the times this constant has the units and dimensions. Remember, the k is a constant. That value is constant. K is a constant means it has a value 2.3, 5, 10,000, 20,000. It's just a value, but this value has a unit. Newton per meter square, kind of unit and dimension. Some stories, for an example, this refractive index. Refractive index is also constant. But remember, this refractive index also a constant 1.33, 3 over 2, 1.5. But this constant does not have any insert dimensions. Therefore, remember, if you ask a question, sir, constants have a dimensions or dimensionless. So constants have a unit, so unit, no unit. We can't tell that. Based on the story, we can tell. Remember, most of the times constants have units and dimensions. But there are situations constants have no units and no dimensions. Do you understand? Do you understand that story? That story, do you understand, madam? Okay. Is it okay? Can you postpone the exam mid-August and week of August? We'll see, madam. Okay. Then okay. Shall we go and sleep? Now time is 10:30. Don't want to. You guys don't want to sleep? I want to sleep. Please go and sleep. Right? Then see you then. Bye. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Bye bye. Tata. Tata. See you. Bye. See you. Bye. See you. Good night. Good night. Bye bye. Tata. Tata. Bye bye.